Okay kids, it is day 44 of this video trainer. Legs should be pretty sore from yesterday. I know mine are. My quads are definitely hammered and my calves are feeling it as well. So obviously I had a really good session there, but I'm recovering. But today we have chest and shoulders. Go well together like tits and ass. It's a very early morning workout here for me this morning. I got a busy day ahead. So without further ado, let's get the fuck into it. Okay, as you can see, just went through the first superset. Started off with incline flies. Then as soon as we finished with that very high incline at failure at 20 repetitions, I immediately moved to 20 repetitions on the decline press here. So with 20 repetitions there and 20 repetitions here, that earned us a 40-second rest before going a little bit lower with the repetitions, reaching failure at 15 repetitions on both exercises, giving us a 30-second rest, and then finishing off at 10 and 10, or 10 and 10 is our halfway point, because that's when we get a couple of minutes rest to really recuperate before going back up. And when we go back up, we now prioritize the lower pecs by starting off with a pressing movement. Okay, so we've hit the upper, we've hit the lower, let's target the middle portion of the pecs now. Okay, so we are done now with chest, completely fatigued, broken down, got a real good pump out of that. Did 20 repetitions, went to absolute failure there, and then 20 on the press. Now, doing the same theme as before, you earn yourself a 40-second rest if you do 20 on both, and then 15 gives you 30-second rest and 10. Now you'll notice at the halfway point, what I did was change the seating. So to begin with, I had both seats down very low just to target a little bit more of the upper pecs. When I got to the halfway point where I rested for a couple of minutes after the 10 reps, I lowered it down, or I put the seat down, put the seat up, sorry, so then my arms are down a little bit more to target the lower portion of the pecs. You know, just think we've got shoulders after this is pretty tough, you know, it feels like a full-on workout within itself. Remember, we always have to finish strong. Anybody can start, any fucking person can start. How many of you finish the workout as strong as you begin? And that goes for everything in life. You have to commit, you have to follow through, otherwise you're just gonna be like everybody else. You're gonna be a thought, you're gonna come up with some sort of commodity, and you're gonna be a best intention. We can't be like that. We have to believe and achieve what we set out to do in the beginning. All right, our first superset of shoulders as followed. We started off with upright rows to really target the rear portion of the delt. So I did 20 repetitions, and then did 20 repetitions on a front raise, then went and did 30-second rest and finished off with 10, and then rested for a couple of minutes, this time swapping things around, starting with the front raise. So knowing that I was going to be stronger after that rest, I went considerably heavier on both exercises. I was probably a little bit over enthusiastic with the front raise, with the upright row, because I know my form slackened a little bit. So I lightened the load for the second set of 15, and then I finished off obviously with 20 repetitions on each. So that's the front and the rear portion of the delts done now. So let's go and target the outer delt and finish off with a compound 2. Shoulders are done. So our last 2 exercises was a compound and an isolation movement. I started off with the side shoulder press here, Smith machine behind the neck, seated, making sure that I'm utilizing a proper rep range and form that allow me to reach failure within my guided reps, being 20 to begin with on this exercise. And I immediately went to seated side raises, but you'll notice that I had my arms at a right angle, so I have to go much lighter, making sure that I turn with my wrists and allow my elbows to follow. So once I'd done 20 repetitions there, went a little bit heavier and did 15 repetitions after my 30-second rest, and after my 40-second rest, then after my 30-second rest, I finished with 10s. And then after I had a couple of minutes rest, I came back, however, starting this time with the side raise and supersetting with the shoulder press, and I did them both standing this time, just to make sure that I get a little bit of assistance from my core, and making sure that my core is always being worked as well, but still keeping the form very strict. And I wasn't able to go much heavier. I was just so fatigued now at this time, but that's good. Not leaving anything in the tank. I feel like I've broken down both my type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers. I got a really good pump, and now I cannot wait to do my cardio. Let's head on out, guys. Okay guys, day 44 in regards to the weight training is in the books. Remember though, you have to do your cardio, not once a day, twice a day. So your protein now needs to be 1.21 grams of protein per pound of your new lean body mass. So work that out, and 0.71 grams of starchy carbohydrates per pound of body weight. And those starchy carbs can be oats, sweet potato, quinoa, brown rice. That's your starchy carbs. When it comes to your vegetables, such as your zucchini, your broccoli, your cauliflower, your asparagus, your kale, your spinach, your lettuce, your cucumber, you don't have to count that. That's your fibrous carbohydrates that you have with your meals. All right, so tomorrow we have arms. It's going to be still tough, a lot of volume, a lot of burn, a lot of lactic acid seeping through our skin, but that's what we're here for. Every day counts now. Okay guys, I'm going to finish off, I have finished off my recage. I'm going to get my cardio did. See you later. Good evening children, day 44, or the end of day 44. It's about 8:30 now, and I've just finished my work day and just come straight to the pool here before going back home. Just to mix up my cardio a little bit, so it is nice and empty in here. I have the whole place to myself. In the morning it's generally very busy, so if I do choose swimming as an alternative method of cardio, I will come in the evening. It's probably not the best of Cardio doesn't allow your body core temperature really rise. It's quite cold in there. However, I like to change things up, and I find by swimming it has really helped with the mobility of my shoulders, because my shoulders do become very tight from training, and I've torn my infraspinatus and separated my AC joints years and years ago through various sports, surfing and downhill mountain biking. And I just find by swimming really helps with that. I'm by no means a good swimmer, so I will try to manage like 4 lengths, and then I'll have a rest, 4 lengths, have a rest, 4 lengths, and I just keep going like that. Sometimes I'll do like 30 minutes, split it up with a cardio session. I can't really do any more than that. 30 minutes is really my max, so I'll like do like 30 minutes out there and 20 minutes in here, or vice versa. When I say out there, I mean the gym. So it's been a very busy day. I had a massage within my work day, and my legs feel so friggin' battered and bruised from yesterday's quad workout. I know I've really torn down a lot of muscle fibers there with the intensity and tapping into both our type 1, type 2A and type 2B, because we went hard, intense, with a lot of volume, but with a lot of weight at the same time. But that is great. We're going to be doing a lot of compound movements this week, just to ensure that we are burning a lot of calories within our workouts as well, but still creating an environment attempt to build muscle. That is always my goal. And I feel that, with the assimilation of the proper foods and keeping the keeping the inflamed body down, so keep it as an anti-inflammatory, reduce as much free radical damage as possible. Like I said, meditate, try to keep the cortisol levels down, and taking in the pure patented supplementation that allows that recovery, namely like the glutamine and the protein synthesis through the branched chain amino acids, and obviously the recage post-workout only enhances that. And of course I have the cryotherapy. So enough talk. Tomorrow we do have arms. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's arms session. I like arms, good gun show. All right, I'm gonna get in this pool.